Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and I am recording this video because I'm recording this video of my screen. Of my screen here, and this is cow jobs, and look at this. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about regarding the digital ID. Like, there's no education history. There is education history for me or for any user. For each and every user, right? But we have to go and do the legwork, contact people, disturb people. We have to bug people. They have to stop whatever they're doing just to assist us. And then if they provided that information to us, and then later on we lose it, then we have to repeat the whole pattern all over again. And that's all it is a pattern. And if we don't fix it and find a solution, that pattern will just continue to be repeated. So, with the digital ID, pretty much like AutoFill with our birthdays, our names, our cell phone numbers, our credit card numbers, all that information, our home address, all that information gets filled in these forms. Well, the core background items that they want here for this particular form, they want education history, occupational licenses, certificates, and training. You see? All that should be stored in the digital ID as well. Everything. Everyone's history and everything that they learned, if they have any certificates, employment history as well. All their employment history, right? That should be on there. Job skills. There's also tools and technology. There's resume items, objective, ability summary, honors and activities, additional information, detailed references, additional employer searchable items, desired occupations, primary desired occupation, highway maintenance workers, secondary desired occupation not specified, desired job type, desired locations, desired salary, driver's license information. See that? even the driver's license information. And some companies even ask, like when I was working at Highway Specialties Co. In Redding, California. They asked me a few times for my driving record up to the past 10 years, right? My history driving record for 10 years. And so I got that information from the DMV, and the DMV gave me those records. I was able to submit those records to my job as they wished, right? So I provided those forms to them, and with the digital ID, all of your DMV records and all that stuff will be attached and connected with your digital ID. So right here is asking is asking questions regarding the user's driver's license information. You see, so even all that information could be potentially like auto-filled by default without people having to do anything, or wasting time trying to fill out these forms. There's languages and proficiency, security clearance, typing speed. They want someone's typing speed. See, with AI technology, it knows how much, the computer knows how much time people are spending on their computers every single day. It's keeping a record of their activities. How many words per minute they can type, or the average, right? The average words per minute. If maybe they're not writing a lot, but maybe they do write a lot. Like maybe they write a lot of emails. So the computer knows all of these details regarding users. So for forms that ask for any type of typing speed, technically users won't be able to lie, and if they technically require people to take a test before answering that question, that's another possibility to get an accurate rating to fill in that that section of the question, right? But yeah, all this information right here is just it's super annoying, especially if you don't have a resume. If you don't have a resume or whatever, because now you have to think back. Where did I work? You have to think back. What year did I start? What year did I end? At what month? What month did I start my new job? What month did I end at? What year and month did I end that job? Because someone promised me a better paying job. Maybe it was a family member, because they have their own business or whatever, right? And they can do whatever the fuck they want, because they own their own business. and they don't have to technically answer to anyone, and they don't have the government all over their ass, right? Like some of us people do. Like when we go to court and the judge is getting all smart. Well, you're lazy. You don't want to work. You never had a job that you have kept for more than 5 years. Just talking shit out of their ass, right? That's all they're doing, these judges. Just talking shit. But companies out there who have their own business, no one's all up in their ass talking shit to them, right? So anyways, so yeah, so the year and month of this new job that someone got, all that information is to get filled in. Why don't we have something like that, keeping a record of all of that data? And I am being sarcastic, I am being smart, like a smart ass, right? All that stuff, right? But at the same time, this information is relevant. And if the courts really want to investigate someone's life, wouldn't it be better for all this information to be stored and easily accessible to the courts? Well, with the digital ID, this information that I'm talking about is easily accessible, and it not only benefits specific users or people, it impacts the whole world, every single person. So now there's no question about it, right? Everything, the whole 9 yards. I mean, unless there might be someone out there who wants to ruin someone's credibility, or because someone doesn't like someone, possibly. So, they find reasons to fire someone. And they can come up with any excuse, because after all, they're the business owner, right? And we know some business owners never even graduated from high school. The guys on the internet are bragging about it all day long. They're like, oh yeah, follow my formula, and I'm going to teach you my formula, and you're going to make like 100,000 or more per month. And why go to school? Forget school. I never graduated from school. That's what they say. Just talking shit all day long. Right? So and that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about, because I watch a lot of Judge Judy. Okay, I watch Judge Judy, the court trials, and I think they're trials and like settlements. Like I think her court, if someone sues someone, I don't think the amount can exceed over 5,000. At least that's what she stated in one of her videos that I recently watched. The last 20 videos that I watched, she said that. She stated that. So someone was suing someone for 10,000. She was like, my division or whatever will only grant up to a maximum of $5,000. So, anyways, so I basically know all this information and been gathering information because of me watching these videos and stuff like that. And they're constantly bringing up the courts, the judges. They're constantly bringing up, where's the proof? Where's the evidence? In other words, and with this digital ID stuff, there's no doubt about it, type of thing. GPS, recording, monitoring and recording, cameras everywhere. And the great thing about it is that the majority of them are linked to like the iCloud and stuff like that. So there's no one in hell and no one in this earth that can go in there and delete something that has been placed in the cloud, in the servers. So that's the great thing about this futuristic technology, because back in the day, that was kind of there, but it wasn't as involved with the users and with people, private people, personal people, just people in general, right? It doesn't really matter. This information practically follows everyone. So when people are attempting to fuck people over, screw people over, that's just something that I don't understand. Because okay, the evidence to defend someone might not be entirely there, right? Especially back in the day without technology. But now with technology, people have better cases, and now people can defend people more effectively and professionally, and without worrying about ruining their own credibility. Because now all they're doing is stating facts from the internet, standpoint, right? Like, wait a minute, you're accusing my client of not going to work. You're accusing my client of being lazy and not keeping a job. But although, Your Honor, you fucking judges of the world, although this person has not kept a job for a certain amount of years, like an extended amount of years, like long term, like some of you people out there have. But look at, he went from job to job to job to job, right? But he never quit working the entire time, just like all of you. So could it be possible that someone was just fucking with this person? You know, they're not fucking with you. You know, you people might have people in your work environment who might piss you off, but you're smarter than that. You're smarter than to get angry and react in a negative way. Well, not everyone in the world has the same type of self-control, right? And some people, instead of staying quiet or whatever the case may be, they blurb whatever comes to their mind. Even if it's cussing their fucking boss out. Like, fuck you, you stupid bitch, or fuck you, fucking fucker. And right there in the spot, the boss could decide, you know what? You're fired. Right? Just because of that. And in the paperwork, they could write it, you know, to make it seem like this person was violent, aggressive, and very, like, threatening towards the boss, right? And then they might even, like, show some type of, like, fear. Like, I don't know, people out there, this person over here, he or she is kind of, I'm just afraid when I'm around this person. Let's just put it that way. Right? So there's a lot of things to consider. And look at this. It's January 24th, 2023. One day in the future, we're going to look back. Even if it's 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, or in a short period of time. But we're going to look back and we're going to say, wow, Francisco was correct. Here he is in a, .california.gov website for government, right? And these people don't even have it together, you know, unfortunately, and sadly, because how fucking pathetic is this? You know, to put it bluntly, how, like, it's just elementary, you know, like, so fucking, it's something that you guys should have thought about a long time ago when it comes to the digital ID and connecting all this shit together. So the digital ID, I believe, should belong to for the United States of America, it should belong to the United States of America. And all those whom it may concern, you know, all the military branches. For outside countries, the same is true, but for their own jurisdictions, right? Because the internet is universal. So for us within the United States of America, this data does belong to the branches of the United States of America, mainly because someone out there could attempt to create a digital ID the way I'm describing it, and the hopes to earn money. Right? They could sell this. It will sell. Like let us allow you to allow us to help you, in other words, by adding a few lines of code in your website, so when users come to your business, your website business, all the data will be filled out correctly, accurately. Your employees won't be wasting their time trying to gather information, because all this information will already be gathered. Right? So now people out there can attempt to sell this to a lot of businesses out there, especially the ones that have websites. But then someone's going to buy them out, and they're not going to care because they're going to make money. And that's where all this digital ID stuff gets derailed. It gets derailed, and then we all wonder at the end of the day, what's really going on? Do people even care? Does the government even care? Blah, blah, blah. Right? That's what these people are saying. But what I'm talking about is for the United States of America and all of its branches to work on the digital ID together for its citizens, first and foremost. Then for state property owned inmates, because I was an inmate before and they consider me as state property, right? So there's citizens obviously that are under different laws, and then there's inmates who are considered state property who are under different laws. Or maybe not, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm so confused. But either way, there is Amazon One. Amazon One, you people can pay with the palm of your hand. With the palms of your hands, people, you guys can pay and receive money and stuff like that, or make transfers, I don't know. But it's all in Amazon One, with the company Amazon. And I believe it's Amazon.com. Yep, it's Amazon.com. Well, they own Amazon One. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on right now in the moment that is leading to this conclusion of mine. So I know it's not like a theory or a fantasy, right? It's It's something that is bound to happen. It's like the other word. Um, it's an inedible. I forget. Inedible. Like bound to happen. Let me look it up. In editable, something like that. Ineditable. In fuck. Hold on. Give me a minute. In ineditable, meaning bound to happen. I think bound to happen. Whoa. I can't find that word, but it's something like it's bound to happen. Ineditable, inedible. In something like inedible. It's a tongue twister or something. And I definitely don't know how to spell it, obviously. So it's, in other words, it's moving, it's already, this technology, AI technology, is moving us towards, or in that direction, right? And I just say all this because I'm struggling. I'm a Mexican American. I'm 32. The first generation out here. Because my parents came over here illegally from the country of Mexico, right? I was born here in Riverside, California, or actually in Corona, California, but that hospital, they broke it down, and I was raised in Riverside, California. So technically I just say I was born and raised in Riverside, California, even though I was officially born in Corona, California. But you know, some of my brothers and sisters, they already have their own children. So their children, they are considered the second generation from our lineage or our ancestors to live here in the United States of America. So it's such a blessing, right? Because we hear stories all the time where all these beaners and wetbags are trying to cross and come over here to the United States of America, and they get gunned down, they get shot, they get eaten up alive, they get deported, they get sent back. Some of them, they try to like go under caves just to come over here. Some people try to swim over here. Some people try to get in boats and come over here. Some people create, drones, and they come over here that way. Back in the day, drones. So there's all sorts of like different, things that I'm dealing with, and not just that, but I have to be dealing with this, and it's just super annoying, super stressful on my part to be dealing with all of this. But at the end of the day, we all have to do our job. We all have to do our part. But it's all over the internet. AI technology, it's all over the internet. I mean, these people are talking about. People are literally afraid right now because they believe that AI technology is going to take over their jobs. Right? And maybe, possibly, that's probably one of the reasons why this is such a slow drag type of industry, because so many things are involved. I mean, we're connecting every single industry out there in the universe together. And while people are living their lives and businesses are conducting business, people are dying. Cases are happening, unfolding. What can we say? People are just living their life. Day-to-day life. Right? But it's a lot of data to handle and to contain and to process in our little memory chips in our brains. The capacity to store a lot of information is almost impossible, right? So that's why Elon Musk is coming out with Neuralink, but that's a whole different story. Those are brain chips, by the way. But anyways, to stay focused, I understand your concerns out there, people, and why all of you just talk shit, and all of you are like, well, just be like everyone else, Francisco, and go get a job. And I am, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a job, but I'm just so glad that there's a history behind all of this, so it could be used for or against you people out there, or it could be used for or against me. You see how that works? But either way, the history is here. And now people can't say, well, Francisco was just at home sitting idly on his ass, talking out of his ass, and not doing shit about his situation, or he wasn't doing anything to meet the quota like every citizen of the United States of America does, right? Or whatever. Even though we all know there's people out there who are mentally retarded, and they don't work at all. As a matter of fact, we cater to them just because they're mentally retarded. I don't have anything against mentally retarded people. I think I'm probably impossibly mentally retarded myself. I know I'm definitely handicapped. You know, I broke both of my hands right here, and right here, and right here. My elbow's messed up. When I was a kid, a lamp fell on my head right here. You see the big old scar? That's brain damage right there. That's brain trauma. So, you know, when we go to church and they say things like, oh, if you don't work, you don't eat. We know that's a bunch of bullshit now. It's really, if you don't have money, you don't eat. But that's not entirely true either. Even though it technically is. But with the government's assistance, people are given food benefits to buy food without even working, without having to work. Right? So they don't work, but since they're mentally retarded and they need food assistance, that help is given to them. And I think I think what it really boils down to, and what it really boiled down to in the past, is that people were just talking shit about each other. You see what I'm saying? So we don't necessarily need to continue that in today's time and age, or in the future for that matter. We need to love each other, respect each other. I already said respect each other. We need to, instead of judging each other, we need to help each other, assist each other. Because we're super smart people. We're smart. We are more smarter than this. We have self-drivable vehicles. There's jets out there that the military has, the Air Force. I just had a dream I was in the Navy. I was flying jets and I was excited. And I was with people and we were doing these drills. Every like 12 hours. We were like a crew. 2 groups, but we were a crew, you know, a team. And they would take off, and they would head towards the direction of the moon, and then they would return. They would land, and then 12 hours later, we would go. We would return, and so on and so forth. And then I woke up. It was just a dream. But my point was the military, you know, like the Coast Guard or the United States Space Force, for people of the United States of America, we can travel at like 6 times the speed of light. Plus. That's how smart we are. I remember when I was growing up, it was like just the concept of traveling the speed of light was something that it was like almost impossible in our minds. And in fact, it probably was for like 90% of the world. And when they say double the speed of light, like there's Mach 1, Mach 2, Mach 3, Mach 4, Mach 5, Mach 6, and so on and so forth. And each of these numbers represent how much faster we can travel the speed of light. And it's multiplied by that number, right? So it's like times. So Mach 2 will be double the speed of light. Mach 3 will be triple the speed of light. Mach 4 will be quadruple the speed of light. Mach 5 will be, I don't know, you guys get it, so on and so forth. But anyways, so that's how smart we are. Like, if we put our minds to it, that's the key, right? And then what else? We have solar panels now. We have LED lights. We have electric vehicles, but I already kind of mentioned that, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. What else do we have? Oh yeah, we have smartphones. We didn't have that back in the day, in like the year 1990, when I was growing up, when I was born and stuff. So when it comes to all this is simple, straightforward information. Nothing about it is complicated at all. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.